So let's talk about the Mohiba test. We all know it's a huge door opener for gifted students, right? But here's the thing. Just showing up isn't nearly enough. To really succeed, you need a strategy, a solid game plan. And that's exactly what we're going to break down today. You see, the first thing you've got to understand is that the Mohiba test isn't just some one-off exam. It's really more like a pathway, a whole scale with 3 distinct levels. And each one comes with its own unique set of rules and strategic choices you have to make. Think of these 3 levels as separate gateways into the gifted program. They're like checkpoints in a video game. Once you pass a level, you're in. You've qualified and you get access to all the cool stuff for that stage until it's time to gear up and face the next one. All right, let's dive in at the very beginning with level 1. This one covers the elementary school years, and it's right here that parents and students face their very first big strategic decision. Now, what's so fascinating about level 1 is that it immediately splits into 2 totally different paths. For a 3rd or 4th grader, the decision to test is a really careful, strategic one. But then, boom, you hit 5th grade, and it suddenly becomes a mandatory entry point. And listen up, because this is the critical warning for those younger kids. If a 3rd or 4th grader jumps in and takes the test before they are truly ready, and they don't pass, they don't get another shot in 5th grade. No do-overs, they completely forfeit their chance for the entire level and have to wait all the way until level 2. So, the bottom line is this. For the 3rd and 4th graders, it's all about being cautious. You train first, and you only take the test when you feel really confident about passing. But for 5th graders, the strategy flips completely. They have to take the test to even be eligible for Mohiba classes. So even if they're not 100% prepared, the experience itself is worth it. Okay, let's move on up to level 2 and see how this all builds. As students are hitting those intermediate years, that same pattern, the strategic choice versus the mandatory gate, it shows up again. But believe me, the stakes get even higher. And there it is again, that same fork in the road. For 6th graders, it's another big strategic decision, and this one demands some serious preparation. But then you get to 8th grade, and it becomes this unmissable gate that they just have to pass through to keep going. And yep, you guessed it, just like with the younger students, that same high-stakes rule is back in play. If a 6th grader takes the test before they're ready and fails, that door for level 2 slams shut completely. They lose their chance and have to wait all the way until the final level. So the strategy for level 2 really gets sharp. 6th grade is all about deep preparation. You only pull that trigger when you are absolutely sure. 8th grade, on the other hand, is non-negotiable. It's the required gateway to get into the most advanced programs. You got to do it. And that brings us to the final stage of the whole Mohiba pathway, level 3. For students who've reached this point, whether they're trying for the first time or moving up, the stakes are the highest they will ever be. This is not just another level. This is it, the final opportunity. This is the last door students can possibly walk through to enter the Mohiba ecosystem and get access to all of its incredible enrichment programs and benefits. And the rules here are absolute. They're set in stone. This final window is only open for 9th and 10th graders. After that, the door closes permanently. There are no more chances, which is why having a smart strategy at this stage is more critical than ever before. So, after all this strategic planning, all this hard work, what actually happens when a student passes one of these levels? Well, that success is really just the beginning of the next exciting phase of their journey. Success unlocks this incredible cycle of growth. Passing the test gets a student into these specialized Mohiba classes. Then, those classes give them access to amazing enrichment programs, which in turn help them keep learning and growing. And that ultimately prepares them for the challenge of the next level. It's a fantastic, continuous path of growth. If you take just one thing away from all of this, let it be this. Strategic timing is everything. Knowing when to take the test, based on your child's grade and how prepared they are, is just as critical, if not more so, than all the hours they might spend studying for it.